Imagine a quiet evening in the fall of 1985. You're pushing a cart through a local Delhaize supermarket in Belgium. It's entirely ordinary. But within seconds, this mundane setting will become the site of one of the most brutal, unsolved massacres in modern European history. They didn't come just to rob the registers. They came to send a message. This is the dark, chilling reality of the Brabant Killers, a phantom hit squad that paralyzed a nation. And, quite possibly, was protected by the very people sworn to stop them. Between 1982 and 1985, a series of hyper-violent raids swept across Belgium, leaving 28 people dead. Law enforcement dubbed the core trio with chillingly simple monikers: the Giant, the Killer, and the Old Man. The loot was often absurdly trivial. Yet, their methods were strictly military. They moved with absolute precision, utilizing tactical formations and covering fire. This wasn't a heist. It was a calculated operation. Every time the authorities set up a dragnet, the killers vanished. They perfectly bypassed every roadblock. In one instance, they raided a textile factory. They ignored the cash and stole only classified prototypes of advanced bulletproof vests. Does that sound like the work of common street thugs? The tactical clothing, the encrypted communication, the flawless escapes, it all pointed to an inside job. A year after the final massacre, divers pulled bags of evidence from the Runkeers Canal. Weapons, stolen cash boxes, and bulletproof vests. But forensic analysts noticed something deeply disturbing. The rust and deterioration didn't match the timeline. The items hadn't been in the water for a year. They had been dropped there recently. The evidence was planted. Someone was deliberately feeding a false narrative to the detectives. This brings us to the most terrifying theory. Operation Gladio. A highly classified, Cold War-era network of secret paramilitary groups, backed by NATO. Analysts suggest the Brabant massacres were a strategy of tension. By creating horrific public terror, a rogue state element could force the government to grant the military and police unchecked power. They weren't fighting crime, they were manufacturing it. Today, the files remain open. Millions of pages of evidence, yet zero convictions. The Brabant Killers are a grim reminder of what happens when the line between law enforcement and terrorism blurs into absolute darkness. Were they psychopaths, or were they soldiers, following orders from a shadow government? We may never have the full truth. Stay skeptical, stay curious, and thanks for watching. Please play peace.